Hey, what's going on? It's just your girl, Pretty Six Jarvis Brand, aka Sound Assassin, and of course, your girl is coming to you all um, live for another review of Basketball Wives Season 11. And I'm going to insert title here. And you guys, as you know, it's been a minute. Since last Monday's episode. So we're back with a new week and a fresh start. And we are, of course, picking up from last week's, or getting caught up on last week's episode, which was like the previous episode where the ladies actually met at Jennifer's gathering to talk amongst the ladies, and where Brooke revealed that she had been on a three-way call with Sunday Carter, listening to Jackie and also having recordings of Jackie making comments about the other ladies. And then as we open up the scene, we begin with the Miss Jackie Christie. And baby, as you always know, Miss Jackie Christie is on the go and is always doing something. And when I say she's doing something, baby, she making a move. She making the street shake and bump. And of course, as you all know, as we begin this season, Miss Jackie Christie was actually looking for an assistant because Miss Jackie Christie is now starting her own talk show, and currently on the show she is looking for a hype person to come out and hype the crowd up before she comes out. She already has her two assistants and she introduces them and they show around the venue and kind of what Jackie has been doing since she has not, I would guess, been with the ladies and around the ladies. And Jackie walks in. Jackie said, "Baby, what is this?" But then she busts out laughing because it was a joke. She was just, making good laughter, good TV, good moment. Just walking in on the assistants as they were setting up and telling them that they'll let the people in that I come to audition to be her hype man, in which she had a full crowd of people come to audition to be her hype man for the show, for her show. And I think that shows that Jackie is like serious and she's working hard and she's really expanding beyond the platform that she's already on and all the many other platforms that she has created for herself and her family. And then we get into our next scene, and it is Evelyn and Brandy Maxfield, and they are meeting up. And of course, they are just discussing, like I said, the dinner, the audios, the tapes that were heard and played, and they just want to go cleanse themselves and just get rid of the negative energy or whatever could be going on. And the ladies are, just chit-chat, having a girl's time, having a moment. And I think it is very interesting to see how the dynamic between Miss Brandy and Evelyn have shifted from the last couple episodes back to now, because now they are in a good space and they're communicating and they're talking and they're having open dialogue with each other, and not, like I keep saying, not in a group atmosphere, just one-on-one. They're able to like get along and talk, and you can tell Brandy and Miss Evelyn have really come to just trust one another and confide in one another. And then Miss Brandy starts discussing about what Jackie said in the audio tape and how it affects her, and not only her, but like her family and her husband. And I understand. I mean, like, I understand where you can have the senses of, I trust this person and I never thought this is what that was. But, it happens sometimes. It's life, you guys. But so then we move on to our next scene, which is Miss Jennifer Williams meeting up with Miss Brooke, baby. And they are at the doggy store. And I want to say Jennifer and Brooke have the same kind of dog. Except that Brooke's dog is a girl and Jennifer's dog is a boy. And they are catching up, and Brooke's dog is just pouncing on Jennifer's dog, and she said, "Oh yes, she is dominant, just like her mommy." And of course, the ladies laugh, and then they start, catching up, talking about what's gonna go on, what's planned, what's happening. And Brooke tells Miss Jennifer that she's having a party, and that her man is gonna be there, and she is inviting her because she wants her to come, but then also too they are discussing a little bit about the audio clippings and how it's affecting the group and the dynamics. And baby, it's just giving the girls are catching up. The girls are catching up. Period. Dot. Duh. And then we move to our next scene, which is Miss Brandy McSeal, and she is at home making her some tea or coffee, and she's just said, so like, she's tried to do all that she can. She's tried to get the ladies to talk. She's tried to get Jackie to meet the ladies, and now she has to call the heavy hitters. And when I say the heavy hitters, I mean she's calling Miss Shani O'Neal, formerly known as Miss Shani O'Neal, now known as Miss Shani Henderson, First Lady. She called Miss Shani, and she's just, letting her know that she's tried to work things out, and how can she, she doesn't know what she can do, and trying to get some advice from Miss Shani, but also asking Miss Shani, because when she called her, she asked Miss Shani, "Oh, where you at?" And Miss Shani was like, "Oh, I'm on my way to your city." And of course Brandy was surprised, and she was like also really happy because, like I said, she called her because they're not understanding why Jackie would make these recordings. I mean, why Jackie would get on the phone and be talking about them and saying these things that she said. And she just wants like some help, someone to mediate. And as you all know, Miss Shani Henderson started the Basketball Wives franchise, and calling her, yes, because now things have gotten a little shaken up, but I'm still waiting to hear some of this evidence. I mean, I know I heard some of it in like previous scenes. Well, not previous scene, but in like the previous scene where Brooke was at the table and she was playing it for them. And I didn't necessarily like hear, we just saw them like play it, so we know that they heard things. But Brooke did tell them what was said in the recordings. So Miss Brandy is just relaying to Miss Shani that this was what she heard and this is what was said, and she's just not understanding why, because all she's trying to do is help Jackie out. And Miss Shani just says she hopes when she gets there that, she can sit down, meet with the ladies, and everything can be discussed and talked out, and maybe there can be some kind of mutual understanding amongst them and the ladies. And I feel like, yes, we can all come together and talk and have a discussion, but what I'm going to say that I've been saying from the beginning, but icing people out of the circle is not ever the move to stick. So I hope that's not what is going to go on or happen, but we can only watch to see. So our next scene is Miss Brooke, and we are going to her 80s/90s party that her and her family are having. And baby, they got it decked out. We got bamboos, steep sneakers, all that. And then of course, y'all, my baby Jasteel shows up, and Jasteel is paying homage to age ain't nothing but a number, and number ain't nothing but a thing. I wanna do for you my everything. And if I'm saying it wrong, okay, I'm sorry. But she's dressed up as Aaliyah. Miss Brandy McSteel, high top curls. Miss Jennifer, baby, head to toe. You already know what she's giving. She's giving fashion, honey. She's giving the girls fashion. And so they're talking to Brooke. And the question is posed to Brooke, where's your man? Is he here? Is he coming? And baby, the girls are girling, the girls are chatting, the girls are, you know, doing what the girls do in the scene. And baby, the party looks very nice. I'm not gonna lie. It just it's nice to see this. And then next in the scene, we get Miss Evelyn showing up to the party with her roller set, pins in, gold, baggy overall, 10 boots, because you know she from New York. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Okay. And all of the ladies are there, and you know, they are posing, they eating, they making memories. And we are now meeting Miss Brooke's son, that she has discussed and talked about in the season, since the season's been happening. And I guess, y'all, we are finna find out if Miss Brooke is a glamour or not. And by him being at the party, it's a lot of questions are being asked. It's a lot of just talking going on, discussions and moving points. And I just honestly am like, baby, this is real. And this is serious. And you know, I know reality TV is real. A lot of people like it's not, but this is like very real, because Miss Brooke is really trying to find answers, and the only person that can give her those answers is her son. And she's talking to him, and she's asking him questions, why him, and all the family is there. So I guess what, everybody's question can be answered at once, and it doesn't turn into like a forever mystery or clue, if I can put it into senses. And you know, you can tell that this is like a lot, and it's very heavy. And Miss Brooke just wants to make sure that before she takes claim, not even take claim, before she just goes out and tells the world that she is a glamour, she has to know for sure. And I think her having her son come and to cut out everybody just solely asking her, he's there, he can answer, he can give them the answers, provide the answers that they need. And I like the fact that we did not just stay solely on that. We went back to everybody just having a good time at the party, enjoying themselves, kicking back, relaxing. And then we get a surprise, and Miss Brooke man shows up. Baby, gagging, gag, that's tea. That's how you do it, Miss Brooke. Your man surprised you. There's tea, gag. And the ladies are, you know, scoping them out, watching them, trying to see what's going on. You know, all the girls, you know, the girls are very, like I said before, the girls are very protective of Brooke, because Brooke has went through a lot and has been through a lot, and they just want to make sure that Brooke has someone by her side that is going to be everything she needs. Everything she needs and more. Which that is very understandable. So, now you guys, after Brooke's party and her man showed up, and maybe she was kissing on her man, fixing her man food or whatever, we move into our next scene, and it is Miss Brandy Maxfield. And you know, I don't think a lot of people know that Miss Brandy Maxfield is AKA, but she has on her pink and green, and she's coming into the scene like always, looking beautiful. And she's actually meeting up with Miss Jackie to talk about the recordings and to have a conversation with Miss Jackie. But she says that she did not tell Miss Jackie that Miss Shani was coming. It's going to be a surprise. And so, of course, like I said, Miss Brandy gets there first, and then Miss Jackie comes in, and she's got Gucci on, baby, and she's walking in, and Jackie says, you know, Miss Brandy should be neutral because she doesn't have a problem with Miss Brandy, and there were some issues amongst her and the group, and that, you know, Miss Brandy is just, you know, staying out of it and letting it stay amongst her and the group. But she said she did want to catch up with Miss Brandy. And so they sit down, they speak, and before you know it, Miss Brandy just go boom, boom, boom. So Jackie, I heard the recordings of you on the phone with Sunday, and Jackie immediately was like, no, shut it down. I'm not talking about her. I'm not discussing her. I'm not doing it. And Miss Brandy is like, so what, Jackie, you finna leave? And Jackie was like, yeah, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna leave. And she was like, well, I called somebody. Miss Brandy said, well, I called somebody to come here today to mediate or to talk. And she was like, oh. And next thing you know, baby, Miss Shani hits the corner, comes in, and Jackie said, oh, y'all trying to ambush me. I can show you how to ambush. I'm the queen of ambushes. Which is funny. And which then, you know, Shani comes in, she hugs Jackie, she hugs Brandy, and they sit down and they jump into it. And Miss Shani said she didn't know that there was an issue between her and Jackie and how she felt about it, because she said she's received recordings, like I said before, or like I said, I thought she had probably heard before, but she hadn't. She was just not hearing them, which we get to see. Evelyn was telling her that the conversation was like an hour long, and she got clips and just letting Miss Shani hear them. And she's like, Jackie, you called me a narcissist. You said I'm wild, and just a bunch of other things. And Jackie said, well, I said you were wild. She's like, yeah, Jackie. And then Jackie said, well, you're not wild. And baby, I just was like, oh my God. Jackie! And then Jackie's like, so why are you? And she's like, because Brandy says she doesn't know what to do with you and the ladies, and she's trying to make things come together. And then Brandy expresses out loud, not to herself, Jesus, out loud, that she heard what Jackie said, and for Jackie to say or bring about the one thing that really, really hurts her, she just can't be there for Jackie anymore. She's tried, she's put in the work, she's tried to understand, get to understand, and she just can't anymore. And she is walking away, which you can tell Miss Brandy is very full of emotions, because so after we close out on that scene, we now move into our next scene, which is Miss Brooke and Miss Evelyn and Brooke's mom and her son coming over to finally get answers if Brooke is going to be a glam mom. And due to legal reasons, they could not play the audio on the other end of the phone of Miss Brooke and the answer that she received. But we do come back to the scene, right after the notice, or like letting the audience know why we can't continue to hear the rest of the audio. Get back to the scene, and Miss Brooks is on the couch, and so she said it was that hard to say because come find out Miss Brooke is not a glamour, and she says, you know, she's happy, but also at the same time, you know, she would have been proud to be a glamour. And she asks her son like why he didn't tell, and he said thing is he wants a baby, and they ask why, and he tells them that he misses his sister and he wants her back. And y'all, like, how can I, you just feel not even the sadness, but you just feel like the love that they have for Kayla coming through the screen, and how she really was a very big part of their life, and how she was pretty much the glue. If I was the way I see it, she was the glue that kept the family unit as a family unit, and without her presence, they're all trying to maneuver through things and maneuver like as we all do in grief. And y'all, like, this is why I hope a lot of people are watching Basketball Wives, because you are really getting to see sincere moments and real moments, and the way it is when people are facing a tragedy, a loss. And from, like I keep saying, and for Miss Brooks to get on the screen and show us and be vulnerable, and to let us see her work through these emotions, and to see how, like I said, Brooke is loved, and she's very much so loved by Evelyn, because Evelyn was right behind her, but baby, her and Brooke was just, the tears were there. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna have to move from it because the scene is like really heavy, and you, like I keep saying, you also get to see what Miss Brooke was saying in an episode or two back about is how she can do what she can do, and no one understands how it is for her. And I just respect on that Miss Brooke. I love that. That's all I can give right to that scene and to that moment, because baby, let's send a prayer to them. So after Jackie sit down with Brandy and Shaunie, she is now getting back into the space, which she said was creating her own talk show. And so they are getting the last things together. She has a very well-known stylist on set, and she has her team and her hype woman. And they are just, you know, running through how the show would be ran and the moving pieces apart. And Miss Jackie said, you know, after having that conversation, she just realized it was time to focus on her and, you know, not worry about whatever else is happening. And if I could be honest, if you watch back on some other seasons of Basketball Wives, in my personal opinion, I think Miss Jackie is giving us, shout out to legendary and iconic Miss Tammy Roman. I think Miss Jackie is giving us a Tammy moment, and I think she's doing it in a way um, on her own terms, just like Miss Tammy on her own terms. Like I see similarities. Now I'm not for sure not, because I'm not a mind reader. Don't have any tarot cards. Can't predict anybody's future. But I just feel like that's where it's headed. And if I was to be honest, I don't think it should go that way. I don't think Miss Jackie should leave just yet. I don't think Miss Jackie should, But that's just me, foreshadowing, because that's what it's looking like. But you guys, we get up to the next scene. We go into our next scene, and it is all of the ladies except for Miss Brandy to meet up. So we have Shani, Evelyn, Jennifer, Brooke, Miss Jacille, and of course, last but not least, it is Miss Jackie Christie, baby. And they want to sit down and talk with Jackie about the recording and what they've heard on the tape. And they just want her to own up to the things that she has said and what she's been saying on the phone from the recordings. And baby, when I say it has been not even 30 seconds into these questions, and things are getting heated. Jackie's trying to answer the ladies, and it's an intense moment. It's very high emotions. It's very giving. Girl, don't get rocked. And before you know it, we are now told that on one of the callings that Miss Jackie, now I'm not for sure, this is what they're saying on the screen, that Miss Jackie stated that Brooke was using her daughter's death to make money. At the end of the day, and I'm gonna say this, that's not right. It ain't right. You can feel, and this is how I look at it. You can feel however you feel about that person, but do not involve people who cannot speak for themselves amongst the people. And to say it wrong, to say even what they're saying that you said about Brandy, that is wrong, because that is a sensitive subject. And I can even say, I can be honest about it. I've said this, I made a statement like that, and understand, I said it to someone and I felt bad. Like, not when I said it, but the moment after I said, like, after some time went by, I thought about it. I was like, damn, that's fucked up to say. And I'm saying this out of my own mouth. I'm telling my own truth in this. So that is why I can say that you don't hit below the belt, especially when you just don't do it. Okay? And so, y'all, like I said, things are getting heated, questions are being asked, and Jackie is trying to apologize. And Brooke just simply tells Jackie she doesn't want an apology. Nobody wants an apology. Nobody wants an apology from Jackie, and she better be glad she's not beating her ass. And Jackie was like, I'm not doing this. I'm finna leave. I'm finna go. And they was like, go, bye. And I did not like, And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't like that either. I did not like that. Like I keep saying, if we're gonna have conversations, it cannot be a group conversation because they don't ever work out. And I feel as though we now need the person that brought the information to the group on screen, and not throughout like a whole season, just for this particular segment. And I want to see how the dynamics of the group will be if that was to happen. But you know, words are being exchanged. Brooke turns around and tells Jackie she will beat her up with the taco in her hand. Jackie said, "Do it." Brooke said, you want me to do it again?" And now, if you've been watching Basketball Wives, as long as I've been watching Basketball Wives, you will know that in earlier seasons, when there was a two separation of the franchise of LA and Miami, the LA girls, you know, back in the day, this is how Brooke even got introduced to Basketball. She's friends with another young lady who I think she's come back to the show. I think she also will make a great part to it now because the dynamics have changed in the group. But you know, there was a confrontation between Jackie and Brooke back then, and we did not get the chance to ever see that footage, that film. And Jackie's been asked about it. She's answered questions. You actually can go watch her interviews on the Carlos King's channel. And baby, if you want to know the tea, the beef already has a very long stemming shaky foundation. So I just think now that there is no foundation, we have reached the lows of lows with Brooke and Jackie, and there's just no coming back. But I don't think for them personally there's no coming back, and I feel like give just Jackie some time. Let's not rush her off, because understand this, and I've said this since I first started vlogging, Jackie is a very big part of this show. Jackie is a staple to this show, and I feel like sometimes Jackie just gets a bad edit. Okay? And now with this and how this episode is ending, I just am not for sure how the rest of the season of Basketball Wives is gonna go on, because Jackie's a staple, and if Jackie is gonna get an exit, I feel like she deserves a fair one and a good one, like Tammy. Because understand, this lady, from me watching this show, from me watching when the franchises, you know, when it did a spin-off franchise, I feel like Jackie has played a big part. And I feel like if, you know, if she's not gonna return, if she's not gonna be back, if there are gonna be different players put in positions for the next season, I feel like Jackie should get a very homage paying exit. And that's what I'm gonna say, but I don't really want her to leave also. I'm just putting this out there. And I know Carlos King always asks the ladies on Basketball Wives when he interviews them, who is their all-star cast? And Mr. Carlos King, now this is just me as a viewer, giving my perspective, who I can see as the all-star cast for Basketball Wives. I can see Duffy, Brandy Maxiel, Drea Michelle, if Drea was to ever come back, if they can negotiate something, work something out. Jackie Christie, Evelyn, Brooke, ooh, Oh, Angel Love and keep Miss Jathia, cause she does really good. And two young ladies that were on another two previous seasons, Amber and Nia. I would like for them to come back to Basketball Wives because I feel like they would make an all-star cast. I think they would shake the table and do what they need to do if that was possible. Also, I would like for them to bring back Basketball Wives Orlando, and if we can't get Amber and Nia, can we get Megan James? And Megan kind of goes back and forth between Orlando and Los Angeles because I feel like Orlando deserves a second season and we should have gotten a reunion. But I'm going to put a poll up on some platform and social media, and I'm going to ask you guys, who would y'all like to see as the all-star cast? But yeah, guys, it's been your girl, Pretty Sexy Charlotte Brand, aka Stunning Assassin. And until next time, make sure you all like, comment, subscribe, and write down below, and let's have a little conversation about Basketball Wives or any of the other shows that I review, like The Girls Club on Tronics and Wigging Out with Tokyo Styles on WeTV. And until next time.